What's happening, everybody? It is a Thursday night, time for another episode of Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts.
And I'm your co-host, Shorty Deb.
Shorty Deb, what's happening? How you been?
Good.
That's it? Good? Just good?
Doing good. Hey, there's no smoke in the sky. I can see blue sky, so that's a really good thing.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. No smoke in the sky. All right, let's introduce our guest, shall we? Now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week, I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. And our guest this week is Jill Shlesinger. Hello, Jill.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, we're happy to have you.
I want to be in her tiki room.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk to Jill tonight. She's not a thrifter like the majority of us or a eBayer, but she did turn to selling online to further her career. But it was sweets and treats, which we'll be having in a little bit there. So
You'll be having. We don't get to.
That's true. I will describe them though, so y'all can join in. But if you would be so kind, I don't know what kind of sleeves you have, but can you show us your tattoo that matches mine?
Yes.
All right, so
Nice.
I've got mine. She's got hers, so super duper easy. And this kind of matches your hair. So this is from Test Pilot, and yeah, big old octopus, and pinkish red there. And I haven't shared this rum before, I don't think, Debs, but Kraken made a ghost version where it's white and not black.
Oh, nice.
So it was very easy to match up to you tonight. So cheers.
Cheers to both and everyone out there.
And our hockey team in Seattle's finally got a name. It's Kraken. So
yep.
Part of this too.
And Jill lives right here in Vegas, so I see what Debbie's about to drink out of.
Yeah, I have a green Frankie's.
Very good.
I'm wearing the matching shirt.
Hell yeah.
But I'm having water. And to honor our keto dessert maker, I'm having water.
All right. So yeah, and that's the rub that Jill makes keto desserts. And if you ever had a keto dessert, usually you're like, it's a little dry and not so flavorful. Not so with Jill's, because I did cheat and have some last night. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So Jill, sit back, relax. Oh yeah, what are you drinking? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask.
I have Floor 18
nice. Portacania, I love it.
With some espresso and heavy cream, and then I do my own like Mexican vanilla infusion that's sugar-free. So it's all keto.
Yeah, I poured some rum and some Diet Coke in a cup, and that's all I did. Yeah. There's the difference. There's someone who does this for a living, and there's being thrifty. And look at that. It's a carafe.
I'm already.
Holy cow, a whole
Did you tell her this is only about an hour and a half long show?
I know. She's getting drunk and buzzed all at the same time. She's like, hi. All right, Jill, relax, and we'll see you in a little bit. Too funny. All right, let's get right into it because we got a lot of good stuff to share. And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. What's this, Debs?
I know. They are some kind of, I don't know, are they cassette thingies? Bill listed them from
doesn't even know what her own score is. What are these? I don't know.
Well, it kind of threw me because I was thinking they were something else. But anyway, we paid $5 for them and sold them for $25.99. And this is the second set of these that we found. We found 2 of them. So does that count as selling cassettes?
No, that's for camcorders.
Oh, camcorders. People still have those? Yeah, when I saw that HI8. Hey, be on the lookout for this stuff because it's everywhere. We're always scanning. Whenever we see any of these CDs or cassettes or any of this kind of stuff, we always scan them.
But we will call it cassette adjacent.
Okay, close enough. And this is part of that stash of Dungeons and Dragons that we got.
I've never seen this. This is cool.
Is it part of the? I think it's part of the D&D. So anyway, sold for that's full price of $69.99. I think we paid $4 for it. It was amazing. Remember, I got a whole stack of these books for like half price, $4. So we're still selling them. And some animes, $64 for these Boys B, I think they're called. Yeah, this consignment for a friend. So get some of the mini. But yeah, anime is still selling.
I see Craig and Rick in the chat on their show there tonight. They're giving you a big shout out because they found a whole collection of teen books. Nice. And so they were having that mentality of Debbie's in my head telling me to find the whole collection around the store.
That's right. That is right. Because they're out
What
there.
is this vest? Holy cow.
Yes. Remember when I found all those huge, gigantic overalls? This was in the same store. And I, when it's got all the pockets and everything, and usually the color too, I knew it was some kind of hunting, fishing thing. And it went to Mexico, but it went through Texas. And the poor guy, we had to work with him for like a week. I don't know what was going on between him and eBay and us, but he couldn't pay. And he hung in there with us, and we kept messaging and trying to help. We changed our settings and all kinds of stuff. And he finally got it, $150, and I paid $7.
Nice.
Yeah. So always look for that stuff.
All right, I wanted to share Minnie because I sold her on Etsy, which you can kind of see. Let me pull down a little bit harder. Yep, there we go. On Etsy, I did have her cross-listed on a couple of platforms, but I woke up to a nice Etsy sale, so I love me some Etsy.
How much did it sell for?
$25, and I paid $2.99 for it.
Oh,
all right. So modern chaps is very low end, but the 90s stuff, very highly collectible. So this is 90s Ralph Lauren chaps. And I did want to show off how we did the opening picture, because if you wore denim overalls in the 90s or any kind of overalls, you wore them one undone. And so I thought we might as well show the look how it originally was. And of course, we did have it regular too. But, if you rock some overalls in the 90s, this is how you rocked them. And a big old hat.
How'd you know it was the 90s? Was it by the logo?
Yeah, this logo right here. And I learned that from Nadine when she taught us the Ralph Lauren class in the Secret Beach.
Great class.
All right. So bought this in New York City, paid $25. There was no label, but it was an amazing coat. And we just had to get it. It was the designer collection. I think that's a label, but we were like, what's that? And because it wasn't really a label anyone knew, we had to sell it on the look and the words alone. And it sold this week. Now, it's not too cold really anywhere, at least not cold enough for this. And to demonstrate how really big it is, there's Stacy in it.
Wow, she looks so toasty warm.
Because it was a size small jacket. Look how big that hood is. But, got it listed last year or within the last year, and it sold. And, I paid $25 and sold for $100. So I'll take it.
Nice.
Wee-hoo. Now, the best little hoe house in Nevada. Now, make sure you realize there's an E on that hoe, because this is for a construction company, the rock breakers. So when you needed to dig in the ground here in Nevada, it's all rock. And so this is a company that did it with, the big cats and stuff like that. And I woke up to 4 of them. Oh, I'm going to have to take off the top for a quick second so you can read this. Hi, I'm so-and-so's daughter and would love to have this piece of my family's history. So she bought 4 of them for me, and we've chatted because I'm like, I think I have a couple more color setups if you want them. So $60 shipping all to one, and I paid a quarter for these hats in one big lot a little over a year ago.
Are they still in business?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
sense. So very cool. I love when things go back to where they kind of belong, and so that makes me feel good. I actually have one right here. She got one with the white. This is silver. And she's local. So I'm probably just going to drop this one off and say thanks.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That'll be my good deed of the week.
Yes, that's good. I wanted to pop a little extra thing in here too. We sold 4 coffee mugs this month. I know a lot of people think, that you shouldn't be buying those. For $66.98 for 4 of them, and the money into it was $3.29. So do keep looking for mugs.
So what kind of mugs were they? Oh, I love those kind of mugs. And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. All right, Debbie, are you a huge fan of Above the Law?
I like people to be above the law.
Yeah. Now, this is a rap group. I want everyone to write this down because this is a bolo on both cassette and CD. Been out of print forever. The band is above the law, and the specific album is Uncle Sam's Curse. As you can see, I sold the cassette for $25 used. And before anyone asks, yes, I put a fresh case on before I shipped it out.
Nice.
And then Best of Van Halen. I was helping a friend on their post about cassettes they found. And while I was helping them, cha-ching, I sold this Best of Van Halen for $29 on cassette.
Wow, I wouldn't think that would go for that much.
Yeah, it's the one good Van Halen. I've sold the Best of 3 times for around $30 each time. And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. Now, look, we've been off for 2 weeks. Or, it's been 2 weeks since the show. I have way bigger scores to share. I got crazy big ones, but I wanted to share this one for one reason. People always pass things when they're personalized autographed. Pay $2 at Savers that says, thank you, Vanessa. And I'll tell you right now, the person who bought it was not named Vanessa, but they still wanted this Storm Large. I don't even know who she is. But they wanted the autographed version for $25. So don't be afraid. If it's personalized, it'll still sell. Don't you worry.
They might know a Vanessa, and it's going to be a Christmas gift.
And that could be. All right. How about some Ike and Tina Turner? Amoeba was nice enough to tell me it was out of print and an import, and I paid a whole $19, and then I sold it for a whole $99.
Wow, that makes your sourcing easy, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Oh, look, out of print and import. I think I shall buy this. All right, I did drop this in my short scores of the week videos. If you haven't seen them, I do those on Wednesday. Please check them out. This is a classical CD. I have no clue who E. Power Briggs is. I did pay $22, but if you haven't noticed yet, I've sold it for $175. So if you're not flipping music yet, what are you waiting for? How many more $200 CDs do I got to show you and $30 cassettes before you get excited?
I'm excited.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
Hey, wait, hold up. Don't forget about me.
Whoops. Now it's time for Stacy's Budget Bin Scores. All right. I was actually premature because I had one more CD share, but I'll show Stacy's first. She pulled this out of the budget bin, maybe a time when we were with you from Rasputin's for $2. $2. The Fabulous Whalers. And sold it for $18. Stacy's average on her $1 and $2 CDs is right around $15-16, which is so nice additions to the bottom line always.
Good for a dinner out too.
And I did forget one. Jesse Jeff from the Fresh Prince, still sealed in the original long box. Got it on Macari. Deb, can you see that big dent in the middle?
Yes.
Okay, well, that wasn't there when I bought it. So the person who shipped it to me shipped it so poorly, and I did show it a couple months back on Thrifty Business. That when I had a chat with Macari, they actually refunded my money and told me to keep it.
Nice.
And so, of course, I mentioned that, yes, there's a big dent and sold for $100, and it's on its way to the Czech Republic right now.
Oh, cool.
Now, another thing that you should look out for in CDs is Did you write that down?
I sure did.
And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours.
Okay. I thought this would sell a long time ago. It's been listed since 2017.
Sorry, I got so loud there, everybody. 2017.
Is that 3 Christmases coming up on 4? Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, it's still sitting there. I don't know. I mean, no one's even made an offer on it. So we'll see.
All right. So if anyone needs that, head over to the book kiosk and pick it up.
I'll even take an offer. Oh boy. Bill paid $27 for all of these, and they only sold for $50. He thought they were going to sell for a lot more because he had bought some Kansas City Chief pins. He paid $6 for them and sold them for $55. So here we paid $27, sold it for $50, take away our fees and time and everything. So we're calling it a dud. Somebody's happy though to get it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, this was a dud as an active dud, like maybe 2 months ago on Thrifty Business. And Randy, one of my friends who was in the chat and threw me a knife, threw me a bone and bought one for $10. And I still had one left, and I finally got an offer for 13. I thought these were so good. Chris, I didn't pay anything. I got my money back, so it was free. 0, remember? My card gave me all my money back, so it didn't cost me nothing.
Well, originally, what did you pay for?
Originally 14, but ended up being free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So finally, these cool Van Halen books I thought would be great. So they're off. All right, here's one. All right, not as bad as you, but 2018. I've sold this finished piece like twice, but no one seems to want to do this piece.
Oh, that's funny. Usually
Why does no one want my sunset stitchery of the Wonderment of Santa? Why? I don't understand.
You might ask Bridget, because isn't Bridget our stitchery expert?
Well, that or maybe Bridget and Ginny together. So maybe that's what I need to do.
Oh, yeah, Christmas, Santa. But, well, we are almost in Christmas, so never mind.
Yeah. And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers.
Okay, this beautiful Dungeons and Dragons book, another one there, went to Kamba, Australian Capital Territory. And it took me a while to find that on a map because they talked about where it was, but I finally found a map of it. It's sold for $42 and he paid $60 for shipping. So people international are not afraid to pay for stitching.
For stitching?
Yeah, I was reading.
That worked out even better than what I was going to say. I was going to say, I can't even put a button on, let alone stitch. But that was even funnier. Thank you. Okay, I wanted to profile these. I had a bunch of good internationals the last couple of weeks. These silver tab baggy Levi's are on their way to Edinburgh. But when my assistant went to list them, she had them at $65. And silver tabs, although still good, hadn't been that high in a while. I go, hey, your price seems too high. She goes, no, I did my research. And every once in a while, when I say that and she does the research again, she goes, oops, not this time. I'm like, okay, we'll run with it. It's sold in like 2 hours for $65. I'm like, oh. So I texted her right away. I'm like, good job. I screwed up. I mean, I didn't screw up, but I just was under the impression they weren't worth 65.
Good job.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping.
Okay, this comes from my husband.
Oops.
There's an app. We tried the EISD, whatever that other eBay international shipping thing.
Yeah.
And we have a package that's like going all over the place. So anyway, he found how he did this. Do you hear echo?
Nope.
Okay, I'm hearing echo. So anyway, it's a free app in the iPhone. Probably Android has one too. He got the tracking from eBay and then found out it was DHL. So he went into DHL and put the tracking in and got another tracking number and then put that into this parcel force thing. And he was actually tracking the package when eBay could not show us where it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then today he checked it. It did get, it goes, because this package, I have a feeling the buyer didn't want to pay the customs, but he says he never got any alert. So it's somewhere, and I think it's supposed to be headed to Germany, or it's in the UK right now. I think it went back. So we're still waiting, but at least using this app, and I put the steps in there, he's able to see right where it's at. So it's pretty amazing, and it's free. That's
pretty cool. They say you did have some echo, which I never heard, but it disappeared.
Yeah, I heard it. I don't know what happened.
So where'd you say you got that? Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Thank you. All right, so here's my deal. I told you on some past your expiration date, start playing with your UPS so you know what your kind of options are. So if you guys ship something tomorrow, even if it's just a CD, pretend it's a big package just to see what the options are. So I plugged in one that was just something I sold today. 8 pounds, 18 by 18 by 12, obviously well over the cubic foot. And here are my options. So priority mail would be $67.98. And if I keep on cruising down here, FedEx home delivery, ooh, look at that, $29.86. and UPS ground $32.93. So UPS ground and FedEx home delivery for this specific one was very close. But start doing that so you start getting familiar with, okay, when I do have something bigger, I need to know how it's working. And so an 8-pound package going to this address, there I would need to charge around $30 and call it standard or economy shipping.
Because you don't do calculated, do you? You do flat shipping. Okay.
Now, as you can see, Smart Post didn't work for this address. So some addresses, this doesn't work. Some addresses, that doesn't work. So you need to play around with it so you can get familiar with it. You don't want to just do it one day. So everything you got to ship tomorrow, pretend it's a bigger box and just look at it. Don't hit buy, obviously, but just look at it just so you can compare the three together.
And do you still check pirate ship also?
Oh yeah. So it depends on what it is, but this way you can see a little bit of everything.
Good idea.
I think I'm full of a couple of them. I'm full of something. And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing.
Okay, we're going into the holidays, obviously. I saw this at Sam's Club yesterday. It said limited quantities. So when you're out shopping groceries or even socks or whatever, if it says limited quantities, then you want to look into it. What's it selling for on eBay? These were selling, I think, for like $19 a bag. Would have paid, I think they're $5.99 a bag. So keep your eyes and ears open because when things are limited, they're gone. And sometimes people will pay more money as you get closer to Christmas for these things or Halloween because they can't find them anywhere.
Stacy's sitting right next to me. She goes, "Ooh, what's that?"
I didn't buy them because I'm not eating a lot of carbs right now, but people said they're really good.
Yeah, they look yummy. All right. Do you know what these are? Is there anyone in the chat who doesn't know what these are? These are Viewmaster reels. Ta-da! All right, so here's my tip. Estate sale, day 2. Start cutting those deals. These bags were $8 a bag at an estate sale. This person collected Viewmasters and Viewmaster reels like I collect tiki mugs. It was insane. And so I said, all right, and it was half off day. So second day is half off day. So they wanted $4 a bag. I said, here's the deal. Here's all I want to give you. She goes, I need more. I said, then you need to throw some more in. So we have over 400 sets. So I paid $400. So they're going to be less than $1 a set. But, and here's the thing. Now look, think about this, Deb. It's day 2. It was halfway through day 2. So every smart eBayer in Vegas, every smart thrifter was there on day 1 and before me on day 2. And here's what they left behind. So I spent $400 on all of it. And I know my picture's blurry. This is Menudo. This is $100 all by itself. But no. Wait, there's more. There's 3 of them.
Oh, my.
So there's 3/4 of my investment back in just 3 of the over 400 sets I have.
Oh, now do they all have the cards and everything like that?
They all have the cards. Some are loose. And so we're going to do some groupings. A lot of them come in the sleeves. But yeah, there's going to be crazy money to be made. And most of them are this. So they'll be easy to ship because they'll be the same thing like CDs over and over and over and over again.
That's fabulous. Now, did they have any of the actual Viewmaster?
Yeah, they had a bunch, and I didn't need any of those. But it was crazy how much was still there on day 2. Because day 1 I was out of town. So when I got home, I'm like, I'm going on day 2. So I got up early and went, and oh yeah, no Kiss Viewmasters. Unfortunately, I would have snagged those for sure. Oops.
Wow, it makes you wonder what was already sold.
Yeah, no kidding. And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
Okay. I'm not sure, this might kind of become outdated because I know eBay's doing some changing. What is it called? Takeaway or gone away or something. They're going to change up the vacation settings. But we were going out of town. So I was we don't usually go on vacation anymore. We just extend our handling time. And for some crazy reason, we seem to sell more. As soon as we switch over to 5-day handling, we start getting cha-chings. So anyway, I'm trying to change it. But then I realized Bill had sent some offers out on some items. So those 10 items I couldn't change. And so you know what we did? We took them with us. We took all those items with the box or whatever package we're going to need, stuck them in our trunks because we couldn't risk them selling. I could not change them to 5-day handling. So if you think you're getting ready to go out of town and you're going to extend your handling time, don't send out any offers to anybody. Thankfully, they weren't real big sets of anything.
Yeah, thank God they weren't like TV trays like my mom would have.
Put them on the truck, on the hood like Beverly Hillbillies.
All right, so I did a bad job on my graphics. So I got to take that off for a second. All right, so someone asked about this on some past your expiration date on Sunday. I said I was already planning on discussing it tonight, so I hope you're in the chat. They said, what do you do about selling DVDs? Because if you don't know, DVDs are region coded, meaning ones made for us in North America cannot be played on players in Europe, and they cannot be played on players in Japan. There are 7 regions. The world's divided into 7 regions. That was the goal was to cut down on bootlegs. And so when this sold directly on eBay UK and being shipped to the UK, before I shipped it, I said, thanks for purchasing my King Kong DVD set. I just want to make sure you know they are Region 1 DVDs, which play on a Region 1 DVD player, which is North America. So you would need that or a region free player. And she was so nice right back. My grandson picked out your DVDs. Yes, he does have the correct DVD player. Thank you for pointing that out. I would not have known myself, though. Thought all DVD players were the same. Very good of you. Stay safe.
Awesome.
So other people can use these, but direct, quick communication with your buyer is very, very helpful. And I got an answer back because I didn't want to ship it until I got that answer back. And, I was good to ship it. I've only ever had one say, oops, I didn't know. The rest fully aware, and they wanted specific DVDs from North America. So
nice.
I was happy to do that. Now, another thing I was happy to do. And now it's time for Unseasonably Sold. What did you sell out of season?
Speaking of coffee mugs, we sold one, a Christmassy one. For 18.
Now, where I was thinking about this. Where's going to be our cutoff where we can't call Christmas unseasonably anymore? Because it's still warm. It's still September, but I think by next month we can't say it about Christmas stuff anymore.
I think we should wait till after Thanksgiving. Everything's all blurred together now, so we have to wait till after Thanksgiving, and then we can call it that. Yeah, I know it. Everything. It's all, what is it? Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all in one now.
Because I too wanted to share Christmas. Melanie, who I really don't know, although I sold this CD a few times over the years, and I went to look her up, and I still don't know her. Like, I've never even heard of her. It's a weird Christmas CD, but I did pay $10 last Christmas. It was listed last Christmas for this $28. Never sold last Christmas, but it sold on Labor Day of this year. So you never know. Where in the case on DVDs is the region code? It's right in the back. There'll be a little picture of the globe, and it'll say 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and so on and so forth.
And some of us might need a magnifying glass to see that.
Yes, I know it's a way of life to Ginny. All right. Did you know, Debs, that vinyl is outselling CDs? And here's what I got to say about it. Okay, it was very funny that all of you who thought that was like, how is this happening? Yes, I want to thank Nadine for the awesome art, and then I made the awesome overlays because officially last week the article came out. Records are outselling CDs 2-1, and that has not happened since 1985. So
Wow.
starting in 86, CD starts outselling records. And because of that, and I want you to get signed up right now. Oops, well, let me show you one. So I just sold this. Now I know you're a huge fan of Tintin.
That's a dog, right?
Yeah. See, there are so many records that sell for good money that you've never heard of the band, but I want to teach you all about that. So get signed up for my free class. FlippingVinylRecords.com is the website. I don't even think I had the thing ready. Oh, no, I did. There it is.
That picture of Stacy. Oh.
The web class is October 7th, 6 p.m. It is live. You don't have to be there live. Just as long as you get signed up, you can watch it the next day, the day after, whatever. But if you're there live, of course, I answer all the questions. So, yeah. So from this point through October 7th, here on the shows and also in the groups, you'll be seeing this fun art, and I'll be sharing all my vinyl flips as of late to show you how good, how much money. Now, I sat yesterday, Debbie, to figure out how much vinyl I have sold since January 1st. $10,271.
Wow.
That's just vinyl. Of course, I sell CDs and Tiki mugs and everything else. So I've sold over $10,000 in vinyl since January 1. So I want all of you to sell over $10,000 worth of vinyl. And so that's what we're going to be teaching. FlippingVinylRecords.com. Get signed up. All you need is a name, an email, and a phone number. That's it.
I signed up this morning. I got my response email.
So it's going to be fun. You know, I've been planning, you know, I did flipping CDs 1, flipping CDs 2, flipping cassettes. I've been planning on doing records. It was just something I've been working on. And then that article dropped. I go, well, now's the time. Records are outselling CDs. It is now the time to teach everyone about records. And so it's going to be a fun class.
And what I like about looking for records is they're bigger, they're easy, and they're easier to flip through, and you can see them. You can see the big
But the thing I don't like is they're always on the ground at garage sales. And I'm like, damn, that's a far way down.
Or they're sideways in the bottom of a bookcase. Yeah, this is going to be a good class. But you have to do a deep purple cover, please. Maybe do burn.
All right. Now, normally, oh, I realized I made my graphic too big. Normally, whoops. No, where's my thing? Oh, there we go. Upcoming shows. We do selling past their expiration date being thrifty or 50 on Sunday. However, Social Butterfly My Mom is not available again this Sunday. And Stacy and I have been wanting to do a thrift haul because we've hit a Savers on second day of sale day and crushed it. And we hit some Buffalo exchanges in LA and crushed it. So here's your little tease. So same time as usual. Sunday, 7 p.m. East Coast, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Come on in here, baby.
Hi.
Now, I'm going to make this big. Okay, this is a vintage Lee denim jacket that we paid $40 for. Now, $40 is probably the going rate for a vintage Lee denim jacket. However, it's what's on the back that makes it magical, and we'll be listing this jacket for $200. But guess what? Y'all got to tune in Sunday to see what it is.
Darn. I can't eat the keto desserts. I have to wait till Sunday to see the back.
Yep. That's what's called a tease.
Yeah. I look at my earrings that I got at Buffalo Exchange. They're seashells.
Nice.
So cute. That's all
right. So we need some guests for next week's show. You know, we've been doing these board meetings where we do a panel of people from the same demographic. And next week, we're doing online selling assistants. So if you are one and you're watching, or you have one and you're watching and you wouldn't mind if they come on, we want to talk about, you know, what it's like to work for someone who's an online seller. So my assistant's going to be on. I saw Becky Dick in the chat. Her assistant is going to be on. And, you know, we want to talk about things like, were you a seller before? Because I've got all kinds of stories because I've had a variety of assistants. Do you go home and sell? What's it like working for Jason? What's it like working for Becky? That kind of thing. So we need a few more online selling assistants. So again, if you are one or if you have one, please hit me up or hit Debbie up. We would love to have them on the panel next week. And we'll be giving your store a big boost. We'll be talking about your store. So it'll be a good commercial for you if you're the
I wish you could get Lynn Drawley's assistant, Mo. She's been one forever. I don't know if she's still working with Lynn, but she was the top assistant.
Yeah, you know, I'll reach out to Lynn. Remind me. All right. And then those of you in the Secret Beach, the Goodwill Blue Box Typhoon coming up Tuesday, 3 o'clock East Coast, noon on the West Coast. If you don't know what the Goodwill Blue Box is, you definitely want to tune in. It is a way to source to resell online without ever leaving your couch. Sourcing in your underwear.
I must have signed up because in my email I keep getting these releases or something. I don't even know what it means from Goodwill. So now
all right. That's funny. I don't even know what this is. I just get them all the time.
I know, I do.
All right, let's get our guest in here, shall we? And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week. Oops. I help Satter. Oops. Boy, I was doing so smooth, and then whoops, I dropped the ball. Hello, Jill. How are you?
I'm good. I was just listening to my Tintin LPs while you were talking.
Were you really?
No.
Do you really have some?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I don't either. And that's kind of the point of teaching people, because I have this crazy knowledge for music, kind of like you have a crazy knowledge for baking. And I don't expect anyone to learn the knowledge I have, but with tools like your phone, you can go out really and source anywhere. So long as you've got the knowledge of how to figure it out, you can find money. Because, here's the one thing. I've taught CDs, I've taught cassettes. Records is the one thing our parents had, our grandparents had, our great-grandparents had. And if you're young enough, your great-great-grandparents had, since the first commercial records were 1920s. So we're 100 years into commercial records. So you go to grandma's house, there's going to be some records. You go to every old person's estate sale, there's records. And so it is one of those things that we can find anywhere. But like with anything, there's a lot of crap. So you got to be able to look through the crap. And oh my God, Stacy just brought in. So let me kick this off for a second and get rid of it. Okay. So not only do you make desserts, we're about to have some little calzone. So while we dive in, let's tell everyone your story, Jill, starting with you actually had a career on the Las Vegas Strip. Woo-hoo! And you weren't a showgirl. I
was going to say, was that have to do with the poll?
But COVID messed that all up. So if you want to just give us a little background of who you are and what you were doing, and Stacey and I are going to have a bite.
I was the general manager at a casino on the Strip of a coffee shop and cocktail bar for over 11 years. That was my 11-year anniversary in May of this year. Oh. And with the COVID closures, it all went away. So basically when the city shut down, the owner sold the business within a month or so after without any warning. And like I mentioned to Jason, staying busy during COVID, I was baking like crazy just to occupy myself because there's nothing that tastes amazing for someone on keto. It tastes like a protein bar or like a protein shake. And it's almost something like you're eating it because you want the satisfaction of the sweets that you miss. But then after you ate it, you're almost like lacking and you're still yearning for what you used to eat when you ate, a sugar life. So I was baking like crazy, making recipes. And then I just started delivering everything to all my friends' houses. Like, here, eat this, try this. I have a house full of baked goods. I can't eat it all. And their boyfriends or husbands would eat it. And then my girlfriends would call me or message me and say, my husband just ate all that stuff you brought. He has no idea it's sugar-free.
Ooh.
So that kind of prompted one of my girlfriends, Lindy. She really, really encouraged me and said, this stuff is amazing. You have to get out there and sell this stuff to people. And it just sparked something in me and I just let it fly and I'm just doing it every day. I'm super tenacious and I'm just really, really trying to get it off the ground on my own. And it's just an amazing adventure.
I bet your house smells amazing.
Well, I was going to say right before, let me swallow. We brought Jill on. I could smell these done. And I'm like, oh, so these are calzones. They're so good.
So are you like the modern day Mrs. Fields? Because she baked her cookies and then started selling to her friends. And now you are doing it the healthy Mrs. Fields.
That's an amazing comparison. That is like an honor to be asked that question. And I would hope so. As time rolls forward, it's only been 3 months. And I'm working out of a commissary kitchen right now. So we're basically trying to get our brick and mortar opened. And this is a great opportunity for me to kind of get out there with public exposure to let everyone know that I'm doing this. Smart. And try to grow the business from the ground.
That's it. I'm moving to Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what gets you to move to Vegas?
Yep.
Hey, thanks. So Chris Yurden in the chat, poker dealer. He's been unemployed, selling online. Oh. Stephanie, our good friend Stephanie, worked for Blue Man Group down in Orlando. Wow. Oh, speaking of, hey, Orlando, we should change your name to Orlando. Jill had a post today. She got an email addressed to Orlando.
Oh.
So, yeah. So when you took that leap from, okay, I'm just making stuff for me and then a couple of friends, and then you're like, well, all right, I'm going to go to this commercial kitchen. So since I don't know anything about cooking to that degree, How does one go about finding a commercial kitchen to do these kind of things in?
It's something that's somewhat available, and basically it's like a shared kitchen. So that's why it's going to be enormous for me to get a brick and mortar, so I can do everything that I want to do without kind of, sharing with others.
So you have your own kitchen then. It'll be your brick and mortar with your kitchen on location then.
Yeah, that's our goal.
That'd be nice.
So, are there did you have multiple options? Like, was there like 17 commercial kitchens near you, or is there just one and you hope?
There's a couple, so I kind of just picked one because I really wanted to get in there and start. I started my website. I wanted to start getting online orders, and I had to do it the right way. So I had to get into like a commercial kitchen, as opposed to you're not allowed to work from your house.
I see snickerdoodles.
We have snickerdoodles. I have pumpkin snickerdoodles with white chocolate. I think Jason has one of those, maybe.
Wow, this is my favorite guest we've ever had on.
All right, so now that we've had a little dinner, now it's
This is not fair, Jason. Although we're all going to have to order our own.
Now it's time for a little dessert.
I see chocolate.
Yes, he has the pumpkin snickerdoodles with the white chocolate drizzle.
That's those, and then these. What are these? As I'm sticking my finger into everything. What are these cookies?
Those are our chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookie, and then these bad boys right here.
That is our pumpkin pie, sugar-free, gluten-free. Tastes just like the real thing.
And you said I'm the guinea pig for these two.
Yeah, I just created that. It's almost like a pecan pie with a butter cookie crust and a dark chocolate drizzle. And it is amazing.
Oh my gosh, it sounds
Eat that all day.
Now I have to ask, do you use sucralose or anything like that, artificial sweeteners?
I exclusively use Swerve.
Oh, good. Okay, because I don't touch sucralose. I don't eat it. It makes me
All
sick.
right, so I'll be your guinea pig. Here we go.
Oh, live on camera. You can't fake it.
It's really good, but look how thick the layer of chocolate is.
Oh, perfect. That's
amazing.
Oh,
Like that.
Bill,
I already ate 2 cookies yesterday. Sorry, everyone. But the reason I wanted to have Jill on, and a couple of you already asked, was she turned to the internet. So that's why I said invite your friends. You don't have to thrift or even to source wholesale to sell online, to use online to make a living. Plenty of ways to do it. We discussed use pantyhose in the thrifting board today. That's another way to do it.
Oh.
But Jill's like, well, I can ship cookies. Now, you're not shipping the chocolatey stuff because it's still too warm. However, come the winter months, are you going to give that a try for the rest of the goodies?
I have so many potential clients or followers on IG that are asking me to ship those kinds of items. And I said, wait till November, December, when the weather's cooled down and we can put some ice packs or dry ice in there. And then we're opening the floodgates for that nationwide shipping. Right now we're doing cookies and muffins. They're basically vacuum sealed, so they're super fresh. So they're totally wide open to great tasting cookies that don't taste like protein bars.
Now, when I get a package, when I get my order, how long do I have to eat it? Once I open the vacuum, like a week, or do you know how many days?
That's an amazing thing about the products. And they have no preservatives. Everything's super clean. And all my ingredients are on my webpage.
Huh?
So if you look at nutrition, you can see everything is totally clean ingredients. And those cookies last a good 3 to 4 days in an airtight container on your counter. They don't need any refrigeration. And they taste amazing 4 or 5 days in. You'd be so surprised if they last that long. But
So Linda wants to know if you ship overnight.
She wants them tomorrow.
Well, I was just watching Jason's tutorial on shipping, and I got some great tips.
So Jill, I can help you. I can get you set up for easy shipping. So what I'll probably have you do is, if you want, next week, come back over to the office and I'll show you. I'll give you your firsthand tutorial of getting that stuff all out to everyone who wants cookies right now.
An amazing collaboration. I would love to.
What is this I'm about to eat?
Peanut butter cookies.
Peanut butter cookies. Woo!
And they're big. They're not flat.
And they're so peanut buttery. I'm like, it smells so good.
That's why they need their own container, because it would take over that entire bakery box. It's just almost
so peanut buttery.
I'm going to start my own show just so I can have bakers come on and send me.
Yeah, this has been stupid. We've been doing all these thrifters and eBayers. I'm just going to have We're going to change Thrifty Business to baking business. Just local Vegas bakers is all I want now.
And cookie drinks.
Yeah.
So, do you do any with rum? Do you make it bacon and put like rum in, or is that too high carbs?
Not at all. Actually, most rums have no carbs. So I actually just delivered like a tres leches rum infused cake to one of my most loyal clients today. It was her birthday, and her husband ordered this cake secretly. And the funny thing was, she was online like saying, I hope Jill brings me a cake, hint, hint. And then I just delivered it before the show, actually, and she was so surprised. And it has Myers rum, espresso, cinnamon. So it's called like a dirty horchata cake, basically. And it's tres leches. It's marinated like 2 days.
Wow.
All right.
I have a photo of it.
All of you are saying it's mean. You can order cookies and Jill will ship them to you. That's the joy of the internet. Plus, then you'll be supporting a small business who's working their way to opening their own storefront. So that's Jill's ultimate goal.
I don't know if you could.
All right, hang on. Let me make you big. Hold on a sec. I'll make you big.
This is her with the cake. I just delivered it right before the show. And her name's LaToya and her husband's name is Joe. And they own Keto Hope Dealers. And they're some of my most loyal clients.
Now, what do they sell? Keto Hope Dealers?
They're basically like advisors, or they'll guide you. She has like a planner she just launched where she helps you stay on track. Okay. And they have their own website. They're on IG, and they're just like an amazing couple, like a powerhouse couple.
Nice. This show's getting better and better.
All right. The website is starburstparlor.com. So I'll leave that up there so you can see it. Rick wants to know if you ship to Canada.
With Jason's help, we're shipping worldwide to Narnia.
Rick, we'll talk. Rick, we'll figure out what cookies you want, and I'll use you guys as guinea pigs to get her to ship to Canada.
Well, I just want to let you know that all of us, the Thrifting Board, we're all going to keep you in business, okay? So you don't need any other.
Yes,
thank you so much for the opportunity. And to answer the question about the overnight shipping, that would allow us to ship those kind of things that Jason's enjoying right now, because overnight, even with the heat, you would be good.
Oh, yeah.
And especially next month and into December, you would be golden.
And pretty soon, okay, I'm just forecasting this out there. You're going to have little warehouses, and then you have a lot of drivers. And so people will call the warehouse, and then we'll just drive it right over, and they'll have it in 10 minutes.
Now, who's helping you with your business? Did we ask that? And I was busy eating.
Yeah,
okay. All right, good. Who's helping you with your business?
I'm virtually doing everything on my own with the support of my family. So my boyfriend's helping to support me behind the scenes. He's helping me set up pop-up shops. Ooh. He's super handy, and as well, he just supports me in every way possible, emotionally, and right now financially, since I'm theoretically out of work. And then I have a 16-year-old son, and he is amazing. And I've been cooking professionally for like over 20 years. So he's always been in the kitchen with me, kind of cooking and learning. He can make amazing things that I don't think many 16-year-olds could. And now he's learned keto, and he's my exclusive tester. So I'm like, taste this. And he's like, there's no way this is sugar-free. So it's kind of in the family.
Oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
So what's your boyfriend's name?
Jason. Well, it's the best.
Right. All the Jasons are the best.
It's day.
So here's how we met, Deb. Complete accident. We went to their garage sale. We were just garage selling one day and ended up at their house, noticed each other's tattoos, and Jason said, you want to see our tiki bar out back? And so we went and checked it out. That day was a hot day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was early for drinks, and it was super hot, but but I'm like, wow, you guys have an amazing bar. Like you can't, Deb, you can't even comprehend just seeing this little bit right now.
Oh.
It's an amazing bar behind their house. So when you do come, if Jill wouldn't mind, I'll bring you over and we'll take a peek.
We have had maybe a party before the pandemic, but I'm ready for you to come and take a visit.
So people are very excited. I gotta say, I've liked everything I've had. I truly have, and people who know me know I really don't BS too often. So, but man, that peanut butter cookie, I need more of those. That's like, I'm keeping the rest of these for myself.
And I'm thinking as we're going into the holiday season, well, even Halloween, Thanksgiving, will you do like Halloween style, Thanksgiving style, and like Christmas decorated kind of styles?
Oh, definitely. I just ordered some amazing like little gravestones that say like RIP with like bloody cupcake wrappers.
Wow.
I mean, Halloween and Christmas are me like all day, every day. We have like Santa Clauses, all like vintage Santa Clauses all through our house. There's one right here in the Tiki Bar, actually.
Oh,
you could kind of see him.
Yeah.
He's right here.
Oh, I see him. Yeah.
See him up there.
He's sure.
I can just see people ordering gift baskets from you too. You know, I want this little gift baskets to send to people because so many people are eating keto. I'm kind of, I think, eating keto. I'm kind of a different thing, but let me tell you, the other night I snuck and I cheated and I had some chocolate chips out of the big bag we keep in the freezer. When you've been off sugar for four weeks, it was divine. And I can't wait to get some of your stuff because I like to eat junk.
I'm going to send you some this week.
Sure. Jason, I'll give you my address.
We basically got a preview of like the fall holiday season, just some of the stuff that we're doing. But yeah, to follow up on your question, I'm all about the seasons and celebrating and keeping everything fresh and exciting.
Nice. So we know what we can Christmas shop. Yay!
All right. So who built your website for you? Whoops.
I did.
Oh wow! Jack of all trades.
There we go. I'm like, what's happening? Okay. So awesome. And then.
But my friend in Mexico City, he created the logo. His name is Rocky Edwards. So give him all the credit for the logo. He does amazing vintage logo work like that.
Love that font.
And Angela wants to talk dark chocolate now.
I'm down any day.
What now? Okay. So you created the website. Where was your first where did your first online order come from? Like where did they live or where were they located?
It was actually just like a random person that's turned into another one of my like most loyal clients. She lives in another vintage neighborhood, really close to our vintage neighborhood. And she placed an order. So somehow, and we had no mutual friends. She found me. She's a real estate agent. Her name is Polly. And I can't really even say where she found me. And it kind of has taken off like that where people are contacting me. It has like an instant chat built into it. So myself being without a job and super low budget, I had to create my own website. So I'm constantly evolving it. I'm updating it and trying to stay fresh and look at things from like a different perspective or like the user's perspective to hopefully make it more easy. Nice. And yeah, so I can't really say the majority of my clients just have come out of the woodwork and it's a blessing. So with friends orders plus the most random strangers that are either diabetic, they're on keto, they're celiac. So all of my products can go towards like such a wide range of clients and help them get back to real life. Like for instance, I have a client and he hasn't had a bagel in 15 years.
Wow.
And he found me and he's like the sweetest guy. He's from Brooklyn, New York. And he's like, I haven't had a bagel in 15 years. And
he's from Brooklyn and hasn't had a bagel in 15 years? Oh my God. It's like sacrilegious.
Because he's on keto. So he found me as well, just randomly. And he orders often and I bring him fresh bagels. And he's like, you brought the joy back to my life type of thing. So it's a blessing to me to make people happy and help them.
All right. So any of your baked goods vegan?
They are vegetarian.
Okay.
So the majority of, I would say almost, well, all of my sweets are vegetarian, but they all do have real butter, cage-free eggs. So.
All right. So Lisa wants to know what a vintage neighborhood is. Now in Vegas, we have quite a few of the vintage neighborhoods and they actually have Some of them have names to them. So it's all houses built in the 50s or 60s. And majority, like Jill, who live there, keep it looking vintage, dress vintage, kind of live the whole vintage lifestyle, with the exception of usually microwave, phone, and automobile, but not always on the automobile.
And internet, probably.
Yeah. But because I've had plenty of friends who, the first time I met some people in the vintage neighborhoods, and they always dress like it was 1958. I'm like, bloomers too? And she's like, yep. See?
I was born in 58, so I have to come to these neighborhoods.
I can't wait for you to come to our house. It's like a museum.
I'm so excited. I'm going to call Spirit Airlines tonight and see when I can get there.
All right. So Rick wants to know, do you have a business background?
With the career that I had as a general manager, I basically never had that kind of a role before. I was a store manager for AT&T and Verizon Wireless. So I come from a corporate management background. And then I just jumped into that position at the cafe bar. I had never bartended before. I didn't know anything about the health code. So I really learned that entire career on my own. And I feel like, just looking back, it's a great blessing that I have all that under my belt, and I can move forward and use that in my own bakery.
That's awesome.
So what's the next step? So your ultimate goal is to have your own place, so you're not sharing commercial kitchen time. What's that look like? Because you are just like, that's why I wanted to have you on. This is so great. You're like, well, screw it. I'm going to build a website. I got a friend made a logo. I'm going to ship. And now I'm going to learn how to ship internationally. Like, you're not letting anything stop you. And that's such a great lesson, because so many people, and myself included, when I lost a job I had back when Stacey and I lived in Cleveland, it was pre-internet too. So I didn't know how we were going to pay the mortgage. Like, I lost a job I loved, and I sat on the couch and sucked my thumb for 2 weeks, and then went, I'll get up. And that's when I taught myself how to sell online. So that was March of 2000. So it's so great to see people have that entrepreneurial spirit and be like, I can do this. You went from baking for yourself to like, I'm going to ship worldwide. Come on, Canada. Let's do this. So how are you getting to having your own place? What's the next steps and the goal for you?
We've signed a lease here in the Vintage Medical District just by our house. So the next step for me is I'm unable to get any kind of like SBA loan or funding from the government of COVID type, because I just started my business. So all of those loans are basically for anyone who previously was in business, and I unfortunately don't meet that category. So right now it's just all about driving sales to the website and networking, meeting new clients, posting things on IG, showing my new products, getting samples out to businesses like real estate companies and things of that nature, so that they could be like, oh, my girlfriend's on keto. Let me give her some of this, and let them try things to see that they can live their normal life back again. They could have chocolate, they could have sweets, they could have calzones if they want, pizza's back, everything's back that you missed. And there's no looking back. You could stay on it for weight loss. I'm on it for polycystic ovarian syndrome. So there's like a plethora of reasons to be on it. And why not?
Well, that looks good.
What is this right here in the middle?
Oh, I'm dying right now.
We just had, but minus the chocolate. That was
okay. All right. Yeah. So if you guys want to follow her on Instagram, it's same thing. Starburst Parlor. Go give her a follow on Instagram.
Have you figured out to make keto divinity?
What is that?
Divinity? That white candy at Christmas time, it's heaven on earth. I used to get it when Disneyland was selling it. It's like egg whites and kind of like a meringue with walnuts in it. Just look up divinity. It's a white.
I got it, Deb. That's divinity.
Okay. I'm going to do anything I can in my test kitchen to make it for you.
I will be in total
challenge, because a lot of clients will ask me for things, and then I'll just kind of play around with stuff. And thanks to the clients that I have, they allow me to kind of test stuff on them as well. And then getting back to the bakery, it's going to be a total vintage bakery, like you've walked into the lost era. So
nice.
The lifestyle that we live, it's going to be there in the retail setting once we're able to get the funding to open the bakery. So it's just our ultimate goal.
Wow.
So Rick doesn't know this, but he teed this up for me so well. Looking for bacon flavored stuff. Whoops. Well, Rick.
Rick, that's an amazing segue.
That's an amazing segue, Rick, because look what I got right here.
I don't even like bacon, but what is that? Looks like toffee.
Yeah. So not only do you use real bacon, you also, like in Stacy's, you had turkey pepperoni in her calzone. So if you want turkey bacon, so this is just chocolate, nuts, and bacon. Yeah.
This is a maple caramel glazed bacon with dark chocolate and crushed pecans.
I might even have to try that. I don't even eat
Oh,
bacon.
it's sugar-free.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. You know what? I was just thinking, you're like an angel sent from above just to come and make all our lives better and release us to eat.
Oh, thanks, Deb. Oh, sorry.
Yes,
was Craig asking about the bacon? Well, there you go, Craig. It's yummy. So
Wow.
we have so lost Angela down the dark chocolate tunnel. She was like, now divinity, dark. Everything we talked about.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We are going to have a big party. Next time we come to Vegas, Jason's going to have a big party for all of us, and we're going to order all your stuff.
Okay. So a lot of people in the chat have been to this town. So why don't you tell everyone where your storefront is, close to what business?
Frankie's Tiki Bar.
Yay! It's walking distance from Frankie's. Yay!
That was my first guess. He goes, where do you think it is? I go, is it by Frankie's? Now, are you going to be open all like till midnight like Frankie's is, so we can come over and eat there and then go back to Frankie's?
I can't say that, but anything's possible. I could deliver to Frankie's. How about that?
Oh, that's perfect. Calzones delivered to Frankie's with divinity.
Brian wants to know if you can fax him the bacon. OMG. Oh, and real quick, happy birthday, Heather. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Heather.
Did I still?
Oh, I don't eat bacon. I don't eat pork.
Oh, I still have it. Happy birthday, Heather. There it is.
Okay, I have the big question.
Uh-oh.
When are you coming out with your cookbook?
I've been asked that so often, and I feel like my funniest reply is I do everything from like the heart or the head. So a lot of things I make is just by taste. But my girlfriend Jasmine, she urged me to, when my son's there, she's like, he needs to be writing down what you're putting in there. And then you basically start taking, I take a million pictures anyway, but in that way, she's motivated me to try to get on board.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Although you might want to protect your recipes. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, but also writing the cookbook, though, that book's out there selling and making you money when you're not even, you upload it and you're done. And
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, so Jenny said you're going to start thinking, okay, here's the Frankie's regular drinks. What pairs well?
Oh, that's awesome.
This goes well with a 3-rum scum.
Our pizza with a Frankie's Mai Tai or a Fink Bomb any day. And you can't go wrong with a pizza and a Mai Tai, I don't think.
You know, Frankie's doesn't have any food. So there's been many times in the last 11 and a half years where we've been there so long, we've ordered food to the table. And so, man, when you're open, I know what I'm getting now. I'm like, calzone, please. Hello.
And tacos, Ann and I go across the street on Taco Tuesday and buy tacos for everybody in Frankie's. So we'll be like, Mike, give me a Mai Tai. Jill, bring something over right now that goes along with this Mai Tai I just ordered.
Oh, well, we have another birthday. Sorry. Hey, Becky, happy birthday. Yay.
Happy birthday.
All right. So what's next? What's the most immediate thing you're working on next for the next step for you and your business?
The next step is, again, like reaching out and networking, trying to get in contact with people that might not know about me, which is so many people in Las Vegas. But the diabetic community, the celiac community, and anyone on keto, every day I'm meeting new clients or they're messaging me. I just heard about you. I'm so excited to try your products. So the next step for me ultimately is to try to find angel investor or some type of massive source of income that I'm willing to work for because I'm super tenacious. So I'm willing to get down and dirty and do anything. Coming from that general manager role where if something spills on the floor, I'm on my hands and knees cleaning it. I have no gripes with working super hard to get to my goal. And the other opportunity I have is to put a class on my website which kind of ties into what you guys do, and teach the keto cocktails. And so that could be, it's basically nationwide or worldwide.
Debbie's about to pass out.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Do they look like this by any chance from your website?
Oh, yes. So
Wow.
being on keto and losing your sweets or losing your cocktails, there's no point in it. So
Exactly. It's where I'm at right now.
yeah, I adapted all my favorite cocktails to be keto or learn some new ones. And you can make an amazing mojito or Bloody Mary or chelada just by switching up some ingredients and still living the life and having fun with your friends. So
I wanted to make a comment too. Everybody that's watching, if you're not on keto, that's okay. You still eat this. You're just eating healthier. Because I know a lot of people like keto. I don't want to be on keto. It's just better for you food, better for you desserts. So just because you're not on keto doesn't mean you can't order these wonderful foods.
And a majority of my friends are not on keto. I would say like 97% of my friends are not on keto. My boyfriend, my son, and they, they order my food, they eat my food. And this is like, with cuss words, this is effing amazing. So,
all right. So Heather said that you're the female me, and Angela said, but prettier. Yeah, I would. Yeah, much prettier.
this is a huge compliment.
There ain't nothing pretty about this. Let me tell you.
Oh gosh.
All right. So when you get ready to do that cocktail class, I can help you do broadcasting too. So
yay!
And then we all have our skill set, and that's the whole point. Take your skill set, whatever it is. Like, look, Nadine does amazing artwork, but I know how to make it and do the fun little things. Oops. The fun little things like that. So don't try and go nuts and learn something new, but whatever you got is a skill. So use it. Look at Jill. Jill's killing it. And just, but it happened out of losing a job. Me selling online, we're all together tonight because I lost a job. And you never know where life's going to take you because you lost a job. It ain't the end of the world. It's the beginning of a new chapter.
Yes.
Oh, that's a t-shirt. Write that down. That's a t-shirt. All right, well, Jill.
You were going along learning things too,
Oh, for sure. I mean, I bartended for 11 years. I'm a self-taught bartender. And then, we have a bar here. So I'm constantly practicing and drinking, and our friends are tasting cocktails and things like that. So I am trying to use everything that I have to teach others. And as well, that'll give me the opportunity to make some money to invest into the bakery.
Now, I'm guessing if you follow the parlor on Instagram, you'll know when the pop-ups are.
Yeah. The funny thing is now about Facebook is as a business on Facebook, they don't allow you to invite people. So it's kind of tricky. My last 2 events, they won't let me as a business owner invite people. So it kind of has to get out there. So I'm trying to push all my events into my story as for pop-ups, and then get the word out like that. Or I do text blasts to my clients as well. Like, hey, I have a pop-up coming up, or I have, I'm doing meals. Thank you.
Now, do you do the pop-ups all across the country or just in your area where you live?
Well, we can't travel, man. What are you talking about?
I travel. Not very far.
Very locally.
So
So how,
pop-up in Lake Tahoe, and I can come see you there.
if someone's donating the airfare, I will come cook at your house for you.
We'll have a street party, a neighborhood.
All right, so here's the last question, Stephanie. What's your daughter think I look like?
I can't wait for this answer.
Such a fun show. I hope everyone who watches this gets inspired. We're all doing something right now, but if you've got something in you that's your passion, you can fix things, you can sew, you can cook, you can make cocktails, you can make art, you can make video overlays. If you can do those things, there is a market out there. You just got to get out there and do it. So hopefully Jill has inspired you to be like, you know what? I'm working on my sewing tonight. I'm working on my cocktails tonight, whatever it is, and continue to inspire and inspire others. So once you start doing your thing, inspire someone else. That's how we all just kind of become better as people, better as business people. So, and Deb, we need to find more guests that are not just in our wheelhouse, not just thrifting. But Jill did say everyone will be happy to know like 3/4 of the stuff in our bar has been thrifted.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. When you're vintage, you pretty much you have to, because it's not like vintage stuff's being made all over the place. Reproductions are, but
all right, a fireman, I'll take it. Could have been way worse. It could have been way worse.
I was excited about the show because my parents, I just talked to my mom before we started. For the longest time, my stepdad has had this desire to sell his beet relish. He has his mama's beet relish recipe, and it's really good. And so beet relish and pickles, and he's been wanting to do it. So I'm going to tell him, watch this show, get inspired, because the whole world needs beet relish.
Yes. Thank you, Rick. Give it. Sorry, Joanne. And thanks for tuning in from the UK. Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right. So, yes, give us a big old thumbs up for bacon and calzones and peanut butter cookies. And what else did I have?
I think everybody watching the show, we all need to go on our Facebook pages, our Instagram, and we need to share her website and tell people to go. We have a friend who's a real estate agent. I mean, not real estate, insurance. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh, maybe Chris would want at Christmas time send cookies to his clients.
That would be amazing. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and for everyone watching. It was so nice to meet everyone, even if it's virtual. I so appreciate it.
Hey, that's the new normal. We're all virtual.
All right. So the goal is everyone buy some cookies and let's get Jill in her space so then she can come back on and we could do it live from her actual own business. That would be awesome. Yeah. That would be the best follow-up we've ever had to see your vintage bakery, the Starburst Parlor. Yeah. And then we could go live on the show from there to Frankie's.
Yeah. And I'm coming live for that show.
All right, Debbie, you get here. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget, Sunday, same time as normal, same channel. It's not going to be Mom and Me. It will be Stacy and me, and you'll see why that jacket is worth $200. And I can't wait to show you because you're all going to be like, get out. That's awesome. I can't wait to share with you.
Maybe you should auction it off on Sunday. Let us
all kinds of good stuff. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. And we will see you not just around the thrift stores, but around the keto bakeries too.
And send your assistants for our next show. We need
yes, please. We need assistance. Bye-bye.